Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Costaki Economopoulos.
You got it right. Good for you. Do you ever have troubles? It's my buddy Costaki Economopoulos.
I do occasionally misspell it when typing quickly.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's funny. It's been too long for my buddy Costaki, but he's been on Keith and the Girl 13 times. The latest being way back in 2017.
I'm 13 times. That's a much bigger number than I would have guessed.
I remember every single one.
I I have a very distinct image of walking into your crazy old house that you lived in Queens back in the day,
Yeah.
and you were eating hot dogs. It was just like it was such a there was just like stuff. It was such a white trash like
Well,
wet dream. It was just like a disaster in there.
I was eating hot dogs. I do eat hot dogs sometimes. I do choose to believe you. Kostaki's most recent album, tell me if I'm correct, is called Playing in Peoria.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
And it's
that's
Peoria, Illinois.
yeah.
And it's kind of like the joke, right? Where it's like, well, this plays or doesn't play in Peoria for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Because why? Because it's like a hick place. They don't necessarily have what?
yeah. I might be wrong, but in my head, that's an expression that comes from the old vaudeville days, where it was like, does it really work in the mainstream America kind
Right.
of
Like if you're in
question.
New York and you're being too woke or
Right.
something, like let's talk to the average real person.
Right, yeah. And that's happened to be one of my favorite clubs, and it's a tiny little market, and it has no business having a full-time comedy club, but
Okay.
it's run by a comedy nerd. It's been there forever. And every time I'm there, I take a picture because I just assume it's the last time it'll ever be there. And every time I go, it's still there, and it's still, it's awesome. It's like cozy and comfortable, and the crowds are smart and nice and happy to see you. It's a great little club.
Do you ever get hassle after a show for an edgy joke that you've told? It seems that not only is one album called Come On, It's Jokes, during your albums, you remind them, like, hey guys, it's okay that I say this. I don't even know if, like, the audience even gave a certain look, but you just want to be clear. Have you used to get hassle?
Yeah, I mean, you could just feel the kind of pushback in the room. To me,
Okay.
one of the delights of stand-up comedy is that you're in a dark place and people are having drinks and you say things that aren't okay to say in polite
Right.
society. That's part of the appeal of the whole thing. So and just my personal taste, I like jokes with bite in them. Like I just did a bunch of cruise ships, which I don't usually do much of,
Right.
you forget, it's not a nightclub environment; it's a cruise ship environment,
Right.
and there's often children sitting on the floor in front of your stage.
Right.
And so things that you could easily do on Conan are too edgy for the ship.
Do they get offended and you're like, first of all, I have kids. They're not paying attention, so don't fucking worry about it. It's
Yeah, it is true. I did actually. You're not doing
yeah,
jokes for children. You're doing jokes for adults that you could
right,
do on television. Right. So
right.
it's not when you do a family friendly show, you're not even trying to make the kids laugh. You're just
Right.
trying not to get in trouble.
Your kid's licking the seat. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
This
right.
is
You're
for
fine.
you.
He doesn't know who P. Diddy is. We could do a
Right.
couple quick
That's
jokes.
right. Is the cruise ship tough or annoying in a way? Because when you eat, you're most likely eating with them. You will see them in the elevator. Is that uncomfortable for two,
It-
3 days?
I was just telling my kid about it. It's like a little exercise in how fame works. Like the first day, no one sees you.
Right.
The next day, a few people know you, and it sort of builds. And then by the seventh day, you're a star on the ship, and people stop and want to
Right.
tell you a joke. And how come you didn't make fun of the Vikings? And
Right.
then the next day, you get off, and you're right back to no one sees you. It's a fascinating arc.
Do people on the cruise ship, whether it's from knowing you or whether it's from seeing you do stand up the day before, do they know, hey, this guy's into sports? Do they keep inviting you to the sports bars? Do you know you're going to have to be on if you want to go to the sports bar on the ship?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do big football chunks on the show. And it's perfect for a ship because it's a little crowd worky, but
Right.
not too much. But I could still get to polished jokes. I'm like, where are you from? Oh, Seattle. You a Seahawks fan? Do a couple Seahawks jokes. Oh, Chicago. Bears suck, right?
Right.
And then by the end, like people are like, how come you never made fun of the Patriots? Oh, you didn't mention it. I would have happily.
Right.
Yeah, it's fun because people are literally from every part of the country.
You say you got to
Usually
heckle more next time.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Usually when you do a show, you're in Illinois, and so
Right.
80% of them are Bears fans. But it's fun on the ship to do that. Yeah.
You ever have a bad set on a ship and then you got to see these people all the time and you're like, I'm eating in my bedroom.
Oh yeah. I actually tell a story. I sometimes tell this on stage. Years ago, this is this you of course know, but civilians have no idea what the experience is for, real road dogs. So one time on a ship, I hadn't done a ship in a long time, and I forgot how they worked, and they're so touchy and weird, and in the old days, there was no self-selection. Like if you weren't eating dinner, you were at the show. It was
Right.
like a
I
big
see.
theater, and everybody went to the thing. And so it's literally half of the ship is in the showroom. They don't know you. They never heard of you.
Right.
There's not a warm-up act. I went up and I started doing some jokes and I realized, oh, I can't finish that joke here. I
Mm.
hadn't done the prep. I'm sweating. I'm not exaggerating. It was maybe the worst set of my life. And I've been doing it 30 years, very high bar.
You ever say like
Uh,
bad internet and you just run off stage?
Oh, I wish I could have just run off stage. So this is not exaggeration, Keith. This is a true story. I walk out of the showroom. I'm making a beeline back to my room, and I pass somebody who was at the show in the hall, and it was my job to entertain her. And her
Right.
response was, "Are you okay?"
Mm. I'm so sorry.
So I go back to the room. This is all true. I go back to the room. I got a show in an hour. The other show, you do two. There's a dinner
Right.
seating, and the other half of the ship's at the show, and vice versa. I wash my face. I'm making notes. I'm like, open with this. Don't close with that. For the love of God, don't say
Right.
this. Pull this out. You can do this whole chunk. I give myself a speech. You're at least the funniest guy on the boat. You just
Right.
didn't. You weren't prepared. I put a different shirt on, same suit.
Right.
Go back. I do quite well on the
Uh,
second show. And now I'm on the ship for 4 more days. And every time I see somebody, I know within 1 second
that's
which
funny.
show they saw. They would literally avert their eyes and try to not see me, or they were like, "Hey, funny guy." It was that much of a contrast.
Somebody would say, "Hey, the show's great," and you try to make the conversation louder for somebody else who was at the different
Oh
show.
yeah,
Like,
that's
"Thank
right.
you for having a great time
I
at
know,
my show. I know what
and
I'm doing, so thank you."
and there's no way to convince someone who saw you eat
Sure.
it that you're funny at all,
Right.
and vice versa. The people who saw the great show couldn't imagine you eating it. I mean,
Right.
it's funny. Whatever their experience is, that's what you are to them forever.
Right. What do do you like being on the road or you're just good at it?
I like it. I miss it sometimes when I don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to do it all the time. Then you got your life's weird, but I
If
like the balance.
if comics say, and never mind, like if they miss family or just the literal driving, but comics saying, "Oh, this part is too red, this part is too blue." Do you think they're not good at their job because your job is to doesn't matter who the fuck the audience is, or because me personally, I would have to give my political opinion. And I would my job is to make it funny, not necessarily teach an audience anything, but I don't know what I would do if I was regularly going on the road like you do.
Yeah, well, all right. So here's one thing that you would have the advantage of is you would have at least some of the audience
Right.
know and love you before you start.
Right.
So if you have that, you have way more license. You can get away
Sure.
with way more. Of course, people who come to see you live, they know where you are politically. They agree with you at least at some level.
Did you ever get off stage and go, I kind of sold out on that one?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you're in a constant state of kind of
Right.
judging that sort of thing. Right. I mean, my answer has been I just not political. And I used to be. I have a master's degree in political science. It used to be a real hobby of mine to talk about it on stage, but it's just gotten so divisive. And my natural instincts also comedically, I've gotten more interested in talking about me and my crazy thoughts and my crazy
Right.
family and my kids and
And you're
so
kind of
I
good at devil's advocate sometimes, where it's like, really, Costaki, you can see the other side. How? Right?
Oh yeah.
That's safe to
Well,
say.
it depends what it is. I see the other side of abortion because if it's a life, it's a life. You got to
Right.
defend the life, but I don't. But some things I'm like, I don't know how you could defend that shit.
Where in Florida were you born?
Pompano Beach.
And when did you? And then you lived in what? Georgia, right?
Yeah, and even then, my family lived in Georgia. They just went to a better hospital
Oh,
and to
I see.
visit the parents to have me, and then they came back. Yeah.
Okay. And then you lived in New York, LA, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I've had big chunks of both of those towns for a long time now.
Do you, and how often do you visit Georgia?
2 or 3 times a year. Yeah, I try to take the kids back to run around with grandma and go to the lake house and stuff, and then I go work there and go see friends and whatever. Yeah,
What are
I
your,
love it.
are there you love it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
So I'm from the country, close to Pennsylvania, close to Pittsburgh, excuse me, but definitely the country. And when I go back, yeah, first of all, obviously, like the school is much smaller than I remember it being when I take a sneak a tour. I didn't realize how many people were chewing their mustaches in this town. And I feel like, and I'm sure I'm making it up, but I really feel like when I walk into Eaton Park, that they're giving me this look like, you're not the same, Keith. You've been citified. Like I didn't even say nothing, but I just feel this energy that I'm somehow being judged. And do you feel anything like that, or
You mean
I'm
with
just
people you know, or just broadly?
not
Like,
that I don't the people I know we would be talking about high school and that'd be fine, but the people I don't know, a new generation, I just feel like there's this fucking look. Is that just me being judgmental?
I don't know. Is it something? Is something about what you look like? You got like city glasses or some
I'm
shit?
burning a flag when I walk in, but I don't know. It just feels the town feels weird to me. Now, maybe because I know how they vote politically and it disgusts me now. Maybe that's it. That adds to my paranoia. But
But it's not any given town. Like, I mean, there's always this like sort of coastal versus central sort of fight.
yeah,
To me the fight is if you look at a map, every state has a little blue city, and then it's red gooberland in every
right,
direction. So it's really a city rural fight than more than a coastal, central or northern,
right.
southern or whatever.
But man, it's tough when I see my country, Somerset, Pennsylvania. When I see how they vote because I see them on social media,
Oh yeah.
then it fucking disgusts me. They're like, back
Yeah,
in my day, we didn't have gay people. And it's like, motherfucker, what a coincidence. Our school, nobody was gay until they were 18. Then there was something in the water when they moved. It's interesting, isn't it?
yeah, I'm with you. So it's easy with social media that there's a few people from your life that you go, "Oh, I think we're done
Right.
here."
Um, you said the other day that it was a birthday party for your kid, right? One of your kids. You have two?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
What are their ages, may I ask?
16 and 6
Okay.
actually. Just turned 7, so they're 10 years apart.
Which one was with Caroline?
The big one. She's my
Okay.
height. She's 16. It's crazy.
Is 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 there trepidation? Is there, obviously you're always going to care about your kid. Is 16 a number that's hitting you in a certain way?
Oh, no, I don't have that. Everyone, when I meet people, they're like, "Oh, 16, you're going through it." Like, nah, my kid's great. I
No, you're
mean,
just a bad parent. I'm
yeah,
doing all right.
I'm just disconnected. I don't realize she's been pregnant twice. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we have a running joke where I'm like, don't get pregnant, don't drink and drive. And, if you do
Right,
either of those things, still call me anyway. We'll figure it out. Like, don't kill yourself. I'll make you a sandwich. Like,
right.
just come home. Like, we talk about it in a goofy way, some big stuff. And she's just a good, broadly, she's a good kid.
And you and Caroline still get along? Do you get along?
Yeah, we get along best now than we ever have. So that's good.
That's how you should have started the relationship.
Should have done that all the way
Let's
through. It would have
have a kid,
simplified our
not live
lives.
together, because you wouldn't
Yeah.
give up the kid for anything in the world. So obviously we have to have that kid, but let's just then we keep our life, to ourselves, except for every other whatever the fuck.
I'm so single, dude. I can't tell you how happy I am to just sleep diagonally on a king size bed and
Yeah,
make all my own decisions about
look at you.
eating. And oh, it's the best.
What can I ask when your divorce was, the last one?
It's actually hasn't physically actually technically happened, but we've been
Okay.
separated for about 3.5 years, and we're
Okay.
we're getting along great, actually.
What would your two exes say is your problem if they got together?
Oh shit, that'd be a fun meeting. I would like to be a fly on the wall for that.
But not in the room.
No, no, please God, no. Oh man, I don't know. They would probably say I'm blamey. I don't take accountability from my own stuff. How about that?
Okay.
That I'm guessing. I've heard versions of those complaints from both. That's the one thing that
Okay.
seems to overlap.
But then do you look back and you're like, yeah, but I was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever get into a fight with somebody? And I remember being in a relationship, and we had a fight. I know she was wrong. Blah blah blah. The next day, she's like, and I thought about, it, and here's why. I love when they say why. Here's why I realized that you were correct, and I'm sorry. And I'm like, thank you. Okay. And then they go, and
Yeah.
and
Right. Your
and
turn.
you?
Your
I'm
turn
like,
to give a little.
no. How could we both be wrong in this situation? And thank you, I said. And I promised water under the bridge, I said.
No, I've got skills at that. I could own some stuff. Yeah,
I don't mind owning, but sometimes you find yourself making up owning something.
yeah, right. Sometimes it's just there's not much there, but you're trying to get along and give
Right.
something back. Right. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I
Um,
can relate.
if this isn't uncomfortable, speaking of Caroline, I watched the game Match Game. Now, do you watch that your ex has regularly been on the new Match Game with Martin Short?
You know what? I haven't seen it. She's very good at that kind of thing. I assume
Right.
she's great at it, but I haven't seen it.
Excluding her, of course, who's wonderful. Everybody is so fucking stupid. They can't match a motherfucking thing. That would never be the goddamn answer. And the score is always like a hockey game, 2-1. Who are these people?
Is this show? But who cares about the game? Is the show good? Are the guests interesting?
Martin
The
Short does
celebrity?
his Ed Grimley thing over and over and over
Oh,
again.
really?
That little dance twist he does. Yeah, like,
Right.
okay, good for you. And he's up there in age. So there's this little podium to talk to the guests, like two steps. Then there's a podium to talk to, the top layer of stars, of celebrities. I really feel like his knees are hurting a lot. I'm more concerned for his health. I think Meryl Streep's worried. That's all I'm saying. I was just curious if you saw it. All right.
I haven't seen it. I'm a fan of Caroline. She's a very good performer. I've seen her do amazing stuff over
Right.
the years. I mean, there was one, I think it was Good Morning America. It was backstage. It was total chaos. There was a rush and a thing and a producer and like there was some kind of a thing broke in her skirt and they're like sewing it and
Right.
and then like boom, they're introducing her. The curtain opens. I'm watching a monitor. She goes from all of this absolute chaos to just like walking out like nothing happened and being alive and in the moment. She's really good at that stuff.
I remember this is years ago. I was at a comedy club. The two of you were separated or divorced, and you were quite clear about it because you both did half the show, and you were really shitting on the other person.
Oh yeah.
But you both were in the room, and I'm like, this is so beautiful and healthy. I mean, I don't know what happens to you guys, but for me, I'm like, I guess they're okay and fine. And I love that.
No, we
I
always had a
just
rule
remember
that
that.
we had a rule. Actually, it's funny. We talked about this for a while. We had a rule that it was okay to. We're both comics. It was okay to
Right.
be mean as long as it was funny. And actually, we talked about this on Bob and Tom for years. And I actually had a couple come and find me like a couple years ago. This was like 20 years ago. We were talking about this.
Right.
A couple came and found me and goes, we adopted that rule in our family and we brought our kids up with that rule. And we've always had like it like became a part of the fabric of their lives. Like this, like here's an example. She didn't
It'd be
get a
funny,
part.
by the way, if a kid blows it, like the teenager. It's like, A, that wasn't funny. B, I'm not a piece of shit. C, you're grounded. Like,
Right.
no, you went for it and you took a risk, and that was not funny.
She did. Here's the classic example. She didn't get a part she really wanted in a movie or TV. I don't even remember.
Right.
And I said, "Who got the part?" She goes, "I don't know. Some woman looks like me, but 10 years ago." And I go, "Oh, do you have her number?"
That's when I
She's a
was into
comic.
you.
She's a comic. She enjoys the structure and the timing and the beauty of the zinger more than the pain of you know what I mean. Like
Right. Well, it's been a minute
that
since
part.
I listened to the album Peoria, but I do remember you making a joke about a divorce or something like this, and like, and so they turn your kids against you, ha 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 ha, and it was funny with everything around it. But has anybody ever had to say like, the people are going to believe I did turn the kids against you, and I'd rather that wasn't out there, or they would never.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
You
I
don't
don't
think so?
have.
Has it happened?
I don't think we have that problem. That's,
Okay,
more of a like, generalizations kind of a joke.
I got you.
Uh, but yeah, that's probably the scariest part of separating, that you don't know what's,
What's cool anymore?
you don't know what's happening in the other space.
Would you ever have to warn somebody like, "Hey, I know you're thinking of seeing me in this town, but maybe we just you don't check out my stand up this year. I'm going through something. I'm a
No,
little
it's
bitter right now."
no, it's a part of the story. You should absolutely see it so you know what's going on.
I understand. Like when I had my divorce, I did stand up about it. The album's called Drip Drip, and I'm proud of it. But like one of the things I would mention is like what I know whenever she left and she kind of left like shit in the apartment, and I'm like, oh, I got to clean up this shit. And one of those things was cards like left on the floor that I gave her. And I'm like, so I have to throw this out and shit.
Oh, right.
And
Oh,
obviously, there's jokes around it, but still, that is real. And if you do hear it, it could be a conversation,
right.
you know?
No, I actually think I should do more of that. Like, I think
Right.
some of the greats do that. Like when I saw Louis
Oh, I
C.K.,
love it.
I saw him working on a set years ago in LA, and I was like, there's no way that guy's married next year because it was visceral and it was
Yes.
real. And he was talking about like hiding and masturbating and how much his wife hates him. And,
Right.
like it was clearly happening in a real way. I
I'm
would
like,
like to
soon
be,
I could just tell that guy will be canceled and then headline Madison Square Garden. I could just tell the vibe I'm getting. When you say in that album, also and obviously again jokes around it, but you said curvy women give better blowjobs. Could a girlfriend or an ex hear that and take it personally? And if they're not curvy, or have they all been curvy and you're fine?
hey, let's have the conversation. Is there some truth to this? I don't know if this is
Right.
true. This is a theory that I made up. It seems like
I'm
it
just
would be
picturing
true.
you saying that to one of your exes, like, "Well, let's think about it, stick figure. How'd you do?" When okay, let me ask you some political questions. By the way, political science, the two most boring fucking things, but maybe you can help us through this. The Cracker Barrel logo, you travel America. The Cracker Barrel logo
Mm,
has changed. It, of
yep.
course, is this dude leaning against the barrel,
Oh, right.
sitting in a, half a rocking chair. It says Cracker Barrel. And they got rid of it and just changed the shape of, and the font a little bit of it
Yeah.
being Cracker Barrel. And of course, Fragile America, ironically, decide to call me a snowflake. Can't fucking believe it. Not only that, do you ever notice this? Now they have to double down and act like Cracker Barrel was once a great fucking restaurant. And they're like, you know what? Life, I would take my family there 3 times a day. Loved Cracker Barrel. The food was exquisite, but I'm sorry. No more with Cracker Barrel. This woke fucking America. This place was Michelin star quality. You asked for a vegetable. You asked for the vegetable today. It was rice pilaf. They don't even fuck around. This Cracker Barrel. But now, no more. I was a lifelong Vikings fan, says Kevin Sorbo. But you know what? There's a man cheerleader, obviously gay, never watching football again. Like, oh, is that what lifelong means? Okay, all right.
Right.
So now they
Yeah.
got to pretend Cracker Barrel's a good place, but they're just going to stop because Cracker Barrel also, never mind getting rid of the cracker on their logo, supports the LGBTQ community. So it's after they found that out, they definitely can't go there. And they would go there for birthdays, anniversaries. They would pick up at the gift shop a little, wooden airplane that you put together yourself. It was magic, but no more. Uh,
I am surprised that they made a change because that place, the image and the countryness, it's such a
right.
important part of the image. And also, I love that the left was like, yeah, we don't like it either. That's how we should handle all of these
Right.
things. Like, yeah, we also don't like people sleeping on the sidewalk in front of our homes.
Right. Right.
Why can't the left say that kind of stuff? Like, yeah, we also believe that if you grew up a man and had testosterone flowing through your veins, whether you are a man now or not,
Right.
you're not allowed to swim against the people who didn't. Why
Right.
can't the left say that? Everyone
But
agrees with these things.
it's just funny to me. It seems it's funny that how the rate does push it, how this is a great restaurant and never
Right.
again, and I simply can't fucking take it. And they're really changing all my fucking things in America. You can't even tell me. I mean, they have to pretend that they loved Kid Rock all the time. They
All
have to
right.
pretend that these fucking hicks were
Yeah.
dancing the YMCA.
Right.
You weren't. You never were. It's like now we have real people like Ted Nugent. Really, Congresswoman, you always loved Ted Nugent. You couldn't name one damn Yankee song, you piece of shit.
Yeah, we're too quick to line up in the on the teams in the culture flashpoints.
Right.
It's yeah, I agree. It's dumb.
I don't mind concentration camps and child rape, but this fucking logo is bullshit.
Cracker Barrel has been they were a thing. It's the by the way, it's the only foods it's the only table waiting job I ever had. I worked at Cracker Barrel when I was in college. And I had a cursive in the old days, an old lady would they would send off the
Shirts?
aprons and the
Oh,
old
okay.
lady would sew them. And I had a brown apron that had a cursive gold Costaki sewn in by some old ladies.
Right.
And they were all different handwriting and stuff. Like it was a totally different era.
I love
But in that era, you were not allowed to wear earring if you were a man, and they had an open policy against hiring gays. And
Wow.
this was shortly after I worked there, and I
And you're
actually
not that much older than me, by the way. You were born in
no,
what, 69? Nice.
yes, that's right.
Yeah, yes, that's crazy.
And I actually boycotted them for a while over the no gays policy, and then they changed it. So I felt like,
Okay.
all right, maybe they're
They didn't know. Nobody told them. They didn't
they
know
knew,
it
but
was hateful.
they knew. But if you're gonna punish a company for being douchebags with your dollars, then if they straighten up, you should let up. I don't know. That
Sure,
feels
sure,
right to me.
sure.
I did the same thing with Coors for a while. I had a couple of like quiet little boycotts because the Adolf Coors company. By the way, when your name's Adolf,
That's
maybe
true. Holy shit. It's a solid name.
but they were very politically active and very like super hardcore right. So
I
I
see.
I stopped drinking the Silver Bullet for 10 years or whatever.
Right. But next thing you know, I had to shoot up Bud Light cans. I was like,
I know. I know it's funny. It is funny how these things become so like,
is it because
but
that it's so simple that, a man and a woman, period, blah, blah, blah. Is it that simple, or is it they got confused and be like, that's a hot chick on my can. That's a dude. What? Oh, that's a good ass on that cheerleader. That's a dude. What?
I do. All right. Just all right. Since you set me up this way, I do have a little tiny bit of Bill Maher-ness where I get that, like during our lifetime, our generation, like when I was in high school, I had a gay friend and I was the only one that he told because it was not okay to say that you were gay in the pop culture, right? My kid came home and gave me a speech when she was 11 about the importance of trans rights. Now that is a gigantic shift in one generation. So I understand, and I'm a little bit with Bill in that I understand why these changes are hard for people to accept sometimes.
But when
Because
you do think like, okay, gay is fine, but not trans, then you get a president that's kind of telling you gays aren't fine. Now gays aren't fine again.
no, no, of course I'm very much on my team,
Right.
and you should be whatever you want to be, and I support you, and
Sure.
let's all have the same rights. Of course, I'm just saying I get that
That
some of
people are
these changes
stupid
are
and
hard. People are dumb, and they're set in their ways, and they're old, and
so we gotta slap him in the face is what I think.
I'm fine with that. I totally
right.
get it.
The I saw the logo. It's the cracker guy and the with his hand on the barrel, and then the logo next to it says "Release the files." Here's a Rolling Stone article. There's no indication that Cracker Barrel's decision to simplify its logo was motivated by politics or wokeness. If anything, the company has been struggling for years to market its perfectly mediocre food and boomer nostalgia themed ambiance to anyone but the remaining population of baby boomers. Yeah, of course. And that's what's funny too. Like, but this
Yeah.
food is good. The food wasn't good. It's not good. I have been to Cracker Barrels. They're not good. It's fun. It's funny and it's fun. And the key is the gift shop. That's it. That's it. Everything tastes like everything else, like a buffet in that place.
It's a I like that you can go in and get vegetables. It's hard to get vegetables when you're on the road.
I asked, me
So
and Hemda were at a Cracker Barrel and we asked what the vegetable of the day was, and I'm not joking, it was rice pilaf.
well, yeah. It's very country in terms of how they define what a vegetable is, of course.
Okay.
But they do have vegetable plates, and you can actually pick vegetables. They've got broccoli and beans and corn.
Okay.
They got,
Yeah, there's
carrots
bacon
and
in all of it, but sure, sure.
yes, yeah, that is for sure the case. And you got to get the cheese hash browns. They're amazing.
Sure. I do. That's under the vegetable menu too.
Yeah, that's a vegetable for sure.
But I did love the gift shop. And and I get the dumb books there. Like here's one I got because my birthday was 1974. 1974, remember when? And then, inside it's like, the price of a house was $10 and
Oh, okay, yeah.
those were the days. They have old ads where you're supposed to be like, oh, that's quaint, but meanwhile it's just sexist. Like, should your wife be using the new Tide Pod? Whatever the fuck they have.
Oh, right.
It's like, oh, interesting. Your wife isn't making good coffee. Here's what you do. 1974, a new house cost $34,000.
Wow.
74.
Should have bought one then. You blew
Yeah.
it, Keith. You missed the window.
Average income 14,000. That's
Oh.
a house is a 2-year salary. Own a house.
Oh,
A new
Oh.
car, 3,700. Yeah, so the gift shop is cute. Average rent, 185 a month. Tuition to Harvard, 3,200.
3,200. Wow.
Yeah, you
That's
could.
gone
Yeah,
up.
it's gone up a bit. Movie ticket, $1.75. Gasoline, 55 cents a gallon. U.S. postage stamp, 10 cents. But they did it by the back of a dog.
I don't think that's true.
Let's see. I made a bookmark here. Oh, music. This is funny. 1974 top music. Cats in the Cradle by Harry Chapin. Okay.
Oh.
Band on the Run by Paul McCartney and Wings. Benny and the Jets, of course, Elton John. I Honestly Love You, Olivia Newton-John. The Locomotion by Grand Funk. Don't you tell me that we're promoting certain types of music back in 1974 in my fucking Cracker Barrel. I also got this book, one of my favorites. 20 Most Asked Questions About the Amish and Mennonites.
Oh my goodness, that's
It's
interesting.
a simple place, and they talk about simple things.
Oh,
Here's a chapter.
have a
How
few
are their
questions.
women and children treated? That's a good question.
oh, that is a good question.
As a happening person, I'd like to know how these dummies live life. Okay? An old order woman is a worker, a childbearer, and a companion to her husband, family, and neighbors. You get this book at Cracker Barrel. She is too busy to participate in the discussion about her own liberation or fulfillment.
Oh my goodness.
She would likely prefer to finish painting the hall upstairs, iron the waiting dozen shirts, make soup for the funeral tomorrow, and do a little quilting before the babies wake up and the other children get home from school.
Oh, I can feel my feminist mother like shaking in her chair. Wherever
And I
she
know
is
when
right
I
now.
bought this for $6.95 that I'm like trying not to let my face go, I'm buying it because it's fucking funny. Oh, you have the Mennonite book, Cracker Barrel? Here's a chapter. Don't they believe in having fun? Yeah, why not? Don't they? Most most old order people are proof alive that it is possible to have fun without a TV, a wind-up toy, a well-proportioned doll, a voluptuous doll, and golf clubs. Here are people who manage to enjoy life without the assistance of the entertainment industry. Yeah, we don't need to hear about celebrities fucking kids. We do the fucking.
Oh, this is fascinating. I got several questions. Does it cover the thing where they go away and then they can come back or not?
They love to come back because we leave them with no money and no prospects, and wherever we know they're going to go, we tell the community to shun them.
Right.
Surprise, they're back, so they love being here.
And I have what's the rule about the driving or not? Because some of them, the Mennonites can drive and the Amish can't. There's some little there's some gray areas, right?
I do believe it's in here. That the guys can do what they want when they want. So they don't need the entertainment industry. That doesn't mean they feel deprived, self-sacrificing, or against fun. They just make their own. Visiting or playing ball or going to a sale comes as reward at the end of a long workday or week. The rest of the time, fun happens as one works. Good stories while canning peaches, daring one's brothers while stacking hay on the wagon, throwing rotten tomatoes. I enjoyed the Cracker Barrel.
It's there. There's some things about that life that's appealing and interesting. You got to have if they didn't exist, you'd have to invent them. You got to have somebody anchor that end of the spectrum, right?
I hope we'd see a movie and go bullshit. Who the fuck made up this fucking backwards? God, I this story I'll never forget. Speaking of being a waiter, it was Eaton Park or King's Restaurant, and Amish came in, and I got all the drinks for them. Like I think one girl ordered a lemonade, and I gave a Sprite. And as soon as I put it down, I either saw a look on the kid's face or I realized on my own. But I went, "Oh, I'm sorry, you ordered Sprite and lemonade." And then the mom like gives the kid like a stern look, and the kid goes, "No, this is fine." I'm like, "No, I'll just change it. I made a mistake." And the mom keeps looking. The kid's like, "No, no," and like takes it to start drinking. Like, "This is fine." And I felt like a biggest piece of shit. But I know like if I make a bigger deal, you probably get beat or daddy fucks extra. I just got to let it go. But I'll
Wait,
never
what?
forget that, and I feel
You
so
threw
bad.
that away, Daddy. What?
Oh, the fucks are extra. You know what they're up to.
You buried the lead on that joke.
Thank you. Um, well, I don't want to turn people off. It's a comedy
Well,
show.
that's good.
Right.
Thank goodness, good taste prevailed.
What makes me realize if you're on the right side of something is when the people you hate, for me, like a Trump or a Don Jr., say something stupid. Like, what is the problem with Sydney Sweeney's jeans? I'm like, well, let me look into it. I guess there is one. you know, what the fuck is wrong with Cracker Barrel? Wrote Donald Trump Jr. I'm like, well, there you go. Thanks for the favor.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah,
Uh,
it's the lining up to be on the team, and the team
yeah.
and the subject's almost random. Like
Yes.
if you were predicting pick 10 years ago, 15 years ago, one party is going to cozy up to Russia, and the other party is
Right.
going to freak the fuck out. You would have guessed the other way.
Yes. When were we ever friends? Now you got to say we're friends. Now you've
Right.
indoctrinated me so much. It's going to take a lot of convincing that me and Russia aren't friends.
I know.
Never mind what
It's-
I'm seeing in the news today.
if Biden had done that, if it had been the other, they
Sure.
would lose their fucking minds.
Of course.
But instead, they just line up for the team.
It's
Like,
fine.
nope,
Always
this is-
loved them.
we're
Always
doing-
loved Russia.
I know it's yeah. That's my biggest complaint is that there aren't thoughtful Republicans who are like, what the fuck?
Are
This
you-
this guy's a monster and an asshole and an embarrassment. Let's get back to some Reagan, Barry Goldwater, like I'm a Republican because I care about, redistribution of wealth in a different way than the Democrats do. This fucking guy is a clown and he's terrible for the world. Why don't we hear that voice?
Right.
Any
Does it feel like, do you think, I was saying this a lot recently, that with Epstein files and MAGA, that it feels like MAGA is turning on Trump. I need to know about this kid fucking. It confuses me why. How is everything else okay, but not this? And of course, fucking kids is the worst thing. But to go along with all this and make up what Donald Trump meant when he said this and that, how don't you just go, yeah, it is the Democrat bullshit, these files. Like
Right.
how is this thing making sense to you? How is like a political comedian, these fucking sellout shills at best. How do they go, you know what? I'm starting to look at Donald Trump sideways. Like, are you what?
Yeah, yeah.
What? How?
You
Why?
you earned it. He's here because of you, knuckleheads.
Yeah.
Right.
Right-wing actor James Woods posted that Cracker Barrel was the only place I'd ever stop. Yeah. You finished Boogie Nights and you're like, or whatever the fuck. Cracker Barrel was the only place I'd ever stop. No mob fight. Oh, I'm thinking Boogie Nights because he dated that young girl in Boogie Nights, roller girl. Cracker Barrel was the only place I'd ever stop. No mob fights. We know what that means. A fun, corny atmosphere and delicious food when you're hungry and tired. I'll never step foot on that one again.
Oh,
Oh, okay. All right.
but again, you're not surprised that James Woods said something partisan and
Just why sound
team-worthy.
so stupid? Like, you could pick and choose and find a point where you go, okay, but like the Great Cracker Barrel. On
Right.
my trips across this country from movie to movie, I would
Right.
enjoy that fine establishment and their chandeliers. But I'll tell you what, I'll never see some hick driver's license plate on the wall again because no, I'm sorry, but it is too much. It's like the cheerleader thing. I love football. and I have 12 Viking tattoos you'll never see. But from now on, no. My enjoyment on weekends is over.
Right.
That's how strong I feel. Meanwhile, Rick Perry was a cheerleader. Ronald Reagan, their fucking king, is a
Oh,
cheerleader.
oh,
Mitt
right.
Romney was a cheerleader. George W. Bush was a male cheerleader. Okay, did
Right.
we forget that? Is that not important?
Yeah, that's right. And there was the same thing about Kaepernick, that, all they're going to lose half of the audience and they're going
Right.
to stop watching football. And, the business has never been bigger. Every year when you look at, there's like a list of like the top 100 television shows of the year, like 97 of them are football games. It's
Yeah.
crazy how much football dominates the American landscape.
Right. I'm gonna never drink Bud Light again because it's a transgender woman. Oh, actually, it's always on sale though in my store. So what the fuck am I?
It's delicious. Yes.
I'm really used to it. It's water to me. You say it tastes like water. I say thank you. Um, yeah, I make this joke also. There'd be Black Lives Matter marches and understandable looting, I would think. But anyway, then people are like, you don't need to cause violence to get attention, all this. Protest, but protest peacefully. And then Kaepernick takes a knee. Well, not
Right.
like that.
No, it's off-putting.
Right.
Right. Yeah, of course.
I enjoyed J.D. Vance and Pete Hegseth were in a Shake Shack, and they're trying to, buy support by giving away hamburgers. And I love this is in Ohio.
Those are
And
good
I
burgers.
love that they're right. They're Grand Central Mall. And the heckling was so fucking loud and insane. And they smile. That's the weirdest part, where they smile like they enjoy it. It's like, okay, doesn't that show you're a fake fuck? I wouldn't be smiling like I did call my wife ugly, Ted Cruz. Like, thank you for saying that. But they're like, hey, couch fucker. How's it going? Get the fuck out of my state, you couch fucker. And JD Vance is like, oh, thank you. Yes.
That is a tricky spot though for them. I mean, that's
But don't be saying thank you. Hey, just
like
wait until you're with the security guards and then give your stupid speech that people are blocking off. But don't be going, thanks for your support. Like,
Yeah,
we don't have sound. We'll just see you getting praised by everybody.
I think someone being a little more gritty and real would be, the audience would appreciate that. I think that's part of the appeal of Trump. He doesn't follow, so many of the political norms. He doesn't seem to give a fuck about anything.
Do you think trivia games are going to be so fucking crazy in the future? Like Jeopardy's going to be like, this piece of furniture was a very personal favorite of Donald Trump's #1 guy. What is the sofa? Like, it's going to get fucking crazy.
The pop culture things we know that are obscure and weird and random.
Somebody's going to... Dean Cain's going to be in a trivia thing. This superhero hypocrite decided to join the...
Right. Hawk Tua.
Right.
Right.
So Dean Cain, the Superman from The Adventures of Lois and Clark, joined ICE. And apparently, and then it started making the rounds of when he played Superman, and Superman was very left wing, even when Dean Cain played him. And this is a real clip, no exaggeration, from the show. And they're watching Lois and Clark are watching on TV a politician. You can tell the politician's racist even from just that clip. And it's saying, "We're going to make America great again," literally that. And he goes, "Make America great again, really?" And then Lois goes, "Yeah, you mean from the times of slavery? What we all say now." And it's like, Dean Cain, do you think that's just acting? Like, you don't remember and you don't seem like a genius. So I think you believed it. You probably think you were Superman. Do you forget all those lines you said? Do you forget that there was an episode where they tried to make you register as a citizen and you didn't want to, but you had to because you were an illegal alien? Do you remember this? No? Okay. I was telling this joke. I saw it online, but I pictured Dean Cain as Superman, and he's in front of Zod. And the first Superman is like, "Kneel before Zod." Hey, you didn't even have to ask. No problem. R.I.P. Zod and Dean, go fuck yourself.
Kevin Sorbo is in this little cabal of weirdo actors that are super right as well, right?
Yeah. It says the most dominant. Yeah. He can't. He was the Vikings fan that can't watch football anymore. And so Dean Cain joins ICE, and this just came out obviously for propaganda, the ICE put this out. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. TV's former Man of Steel, Dean Cain, runs through the obstacle course during training to become an ICE officer at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Georgia, join.ice.gov. And they show him go through this little obstacle course. I was in the Army. This is a different kind of obstacle course than I've ever seen, but okay. And he has to go over the tiniest wall. This guy's not Superman anymore. And he's 59, but it doesn't fucking matter. He crawls over, kind of falls over this 3-foot fucking wall. Then there's a tube that he has to crawl through. He crawls through so slow, and all this stuff is on some kind of dirt or gravel or something. After he gets out of the tunnel, his hands touch the ground. He stands up and wipes his hand off and goes to the next stupid little obstacle course where he literally has to just duck 2 inches. Look like a badass in the video. Never mind how real the test is. You're being used because you're Dean fucking Cain. So why would you go, my handsies? Oh, my mitts. Like, motherfucker, even if you break a knee, you give it all you got. There wouldn't be a Marine training video. That means the ICE is even like, this is the best we can fucking get.
This is the same like PR approach when you see those clips of the Middle Eastern terrorists like doing the monkey bars.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
We're like, this is what you released to scare us?
Right.
Okay. All right.
Are you a trivia guy, by the way?
No, I retain. I'm like a gnat. I retain nothing. I'm terrible at retaining information somehow.
Do you know the game You Don't Know Jack? I was just introducing my girlfriend Liz to that.
That game's beautiful. It's
so funny, right?
You were just introducing it now. That's so cool.
To her. But I mean, me, yeah. I had everything ever made. I even had. They made a game for teenagers called Head Rush. And that's one of those games where, as an adult, you just hit buzz and then let the answer come to you because it's very easy. But I loved all their fucking games, and they had so many. And I was looking this up, and I think I have it.
Some of their games are so great.
It started in 1995. Just the You Don't Know Jacks, not even the other spin-offs they ended up doing. You Don't Know Jack, Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, The Ride. The Net Show. You Don't Know Jack, Fifth Dementia. Volume 6, The Lost Gold. Then they had You Don't Know Jack Sports, movies, television, its own games. Head Rush for teenagers that I said. I loved them all. And, and I'm glad you said you liked it. I don't know if I met anyone who fucking liked this game. They think there's too much talking, and I'm like, what? I don't. You know what she liked, if I may say? That Netflix had this what was it called? Trivia Verse, a game that you can play with your remote control, and it was just one question after another, and it's like this demon face comes on, and it's like, hey, I roll the fucking trivia. What's it? Boom, boom, boom. She loved that. I don't know. Maybe she's smarter than me. But I need fucking candy with my trivia. I need a game show kind of thing where somebody's fucking goofy and insulting me to give a shit.
Yeah, that show is so well written, so well produced. The voiceover guy is like
Cookie
A+, so good. You see him in a couple of these other like car crash shows.
Yeah. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah. But that guy, but that voiceover guy is freaky good at what he does.
Yeah. And
the games are so well designed. Do you like Fibbage? Have you seen some of the newer stuff? I love
Fibbage. I love Drawful. I love Espionage.
Yes. I love all
that
those.
shit. Back in the day, I wanted a rate for Jellyvision. They're called Jackbox now. And I think it's like I made up what a submission packet would be and sent them something. And then Cookie sent me something smarmy back telling me to kill myself or something. No, they never wrote back. But I thought it was so fucking clever. And I would play it with my old roommate, Adam. I played it with, Liz. And I didn't think anybody liked this. But in fact, I started thinking I was the only one who ever bought it. And they can't have me work for them because then I'd get the employee discount and they'd never make my money. I would go into a shop and I'd see the CD, these were CD-ROMs for computers, and I'd buy one, and you'd have that, like a record store, that little, the name of the thing on, a little cardboard thing. And it's after I took the CD out, it said, hey, Keith, thanks. Please return this to the counter for next year when we make a game for you only. I didn't think anybody was into these. So this is
I've
big
got a
news.
you don't know Jack story. You're the only one who
Please.
could appreciate this.
Yeah.
Years ago, my buddy Steven and I would play once in a while. And Steven was a great friend of mine, but once in a while, if he got really drunk, he would just fall asleep like quickly, like
Okay.
not like get tired and go lay down. Like he would just fall asleep in the chair. So one night after a night of drinking, we're playing You Don't Know Jack, and we had the top 10 board. You would get the high score and you
Yes.
put your name and whatever. So we're in the middle of the thing. I'm trying to wake him up. He fell asleep while we were playing and he wouldn't wake up. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'll just get the high score and
Sure.
torture him about it tomorrow. Uh, and I played by myself and I got the impossible question. You remember this?
Yeah, like yes.
It would be for like whatever 30,000 points and it was
Right.
impossible. So it was basically like minus 30,000. They were
And like
basically
I don't know if like it was invisible your answers every so often
yeah,
or
it would be
something is
something that
goofy.
like it is actually technically possible to get it
Right.
right, but it was like really hard and it was like an instant minus.
Mhm.
And I lost You Don't Know Jack to a man who was asleep.
And you know what? It's the future now. The computer's going to know a person sleeping next to you. I'm like, wow. All right.
Like
First, they already insulted you in the beginning. Like, no friends, you piece of shit. All right, here we go. This game was so fun. I played it. Man, when did I say it came out? 94. I must have been visiting then my parents because I would have been out of the house. And I was playing this game on the computer, and the speakers are on, and I'm playing against my brother. And it said, pick your name. And I just thought it'd be funny. They can't repeat every name. I type in fuck you. And the game goes, fuck me? And like real loud. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the speaker now? Fuck me? No, fuck you. And my score of 0, because we just started, explodes. I'm at -2. No, in fact, fuck you. And that explodes. And I'm at -10,000. No, go fuck yourself. I'm like, oh my God. This is the greatest
See,
game.
that's
Where's
a
the
great-
fucking speakers?
that's a great game. See?
Yeah, that's a great game.
The writers, the producers, whoever built that thing. I mean, it's one of one. It's so well done.
Yes. Let me tell you something else I got. You Don't Know Jack the book.
You sent me a picture.
I was playing You Don't Know Jack with Liz, and I was Googling like how many You Don't Know Jacks were there, that I'm the only one who fucking likes this game. And then somehow it led to this book, and I got it online for $1.45, $5 shipping. I think they only made one. I think this is the Raiders edition. I think it's his personal book.
The
And you can't
Amish
play
will
it, and
never.
you can't play a book, but I'm like, it's just funny to have for $1.
The Amish, not the market for that book.
This is fun to them, this book. We have plenty of fun. You sarcastically read the book to yourself.
Yes, that's right. There's no electricity. It's okay
Right.
for us to read the book.
There was did you know there's a TV show You Don't Know Jack? I don't know if it lasted a season with Paul
I didn't
Rubens
know
as
that.
host. It's
Really?
very funny. It was very funny, but nobody
wow.
cared. There's a TV show for me. Oh well.
Yeah, you're right. That's one of those little things in the culture that should have exploded and somehow didn't.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that didn't get to be a bigger deal than it was.
The game, the TV show, and maybe people are like, no, I'm supposed to feel good watching a game show, but Paul Rubens had the game attitude, and he is like calling them like pieces of shits. It wasn't rated R or anything, but you're like, this is edgy, and I dig it, and and I was never really into Pee Wee Herman, but I'm like, this is cool. I like this. It's just a shame. Oh well.
Yeah, it is a shame. I'm sorry to hear that was the thing that didn't succeed.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that, and even their new stuff is even arguably better. Fibbage is like so fun to play with like
Yes.
a big group of family members or whatever. My brother actually has my mom's lake house. There's this weird like blank wall that's up super high. It's kind of a lofty kind of a space in the main living room. And my
Right.
mom wanted to put a picture up there. And my brother was like, no, that's where we show golf when we're all sitting around getting drunk and playing
Right.
cards. And it's where we play fibbage. And they put it up on this like giant wall and they just play it like it's a fucking movie screen.
Right. I'm looking. Oh, Trivia Murder Party. I like. I'm looking real quick at their other ones. What's the one?
Drawful's great, but
Quiplash. Quiplash is great.
Quiplash I've played. Fibbage is sort of in my
Fibbage.
opinion, that's
Yeah.
the new gold standard.
Yeah. Oh, I love them. Well, I could have worked for you guys and you blew it. And now only me and Castaki know you.
That's right.
Anyway, Jackbox 11 out now.
New sponsor.
Right. Can I do a little sports with you, particularly because I didn't really follow this. So I want to know your thoughts if we're okay with this guy.
Oh,
Do you know the story of Shannon Sharpe recently?
I just barely. I mean, I don't know much about Shannon. I don't know. Obviously, we'll never know. That was the agreement.
Shannon
They
Sharpe,
agreed to never talk about it.
right? Of course, an American professional football player. He what? Three Super Bowls, two I think with Denver. Yeah, two with Denver, one with Baltimore. He's in the Football Hall of Fame, and now he does a podcast called Club Shay Shay. Um,
Weirdly, gigantically successful.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
Cat Williams was a recent guest. I want to hear his point of view. He doesn't hold back.
I watched that one. That's an
Everybody
interesting
did. Yeah.
conversation. My goodness.
I ain't talking about Hollywood, bitch. In May 2023, Sharpe's LA home, just some things you might remember him from. Sharpe's LA home was burglarized with over $1 million worth of items stolen, according to several media reports. I hear that's a big thing with sports guys. You would think like celebrities at award shows maybe also, but you know where the sports guys are at all times. You got to have somebody home with a gun, right?
It's funny that like you know where Patrick Mahomes is right now. You're
Yeah.
watching him on TV, like, oh, he's not at home.
Right. Obvious signs of forced entry were not found. Sharpe announced a $50,000 reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction. On September 11th, never forget, 2024, Sharpe inadvertently started an Instagram Live, I remember this, after
yeah.
throwing his phone onto his bed. The live video captured only the audio of him having sex. Sharpe initially denied his involvement in the act. Like, who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed you heard that. Who cares? Don't go the you were hacked route.
Right.
Then you got to include the fucking FBI. Now we know you're a fucking weird liar. You had sex.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Were you using the N-word? What
You
could
don't
have
need
been
a
happening?
PR team to make simple decisions. Just go, screwed that up.
Yeah. Sharpe initially denied the involvement in the act, stating his account was hacked. Oh, so he did say that. Okay, then people have to get involved. Later that night, he admitted that the video was authentic and apologized for his actions. Okay. On April 21st of this year, 2025, Sharpe was named as a defendant in a civil lawsuit by OnlyFans model Gabriela Zuniga. She was 20. He's 57. I find that odd right there. I say death penalty right there. Sorry. That's so fucking strange. That's so strange. I was a waiter in New York. Let's say I don't know, 23, 24 at the most. And this woman was 19 that worked the front. And she was hitting on me and I could have went out with her. And and hot as hell. I couldn't do it. I'm like, this feels so fucking weird. So 57 to 20 is a little off-putting.
I'm with you. I have a buddy at my poker table, and he's my age, mid-50s, and he was kind of hanging around with this girl, and she was like 28 or so, and she was playing at a different table, so I was just sitting there with him, and I started listing things she's never heard of just to torture him. She doesn't know the Goo Goo Dolls. She doesn't know Radar O'Reilly. I was just like listing things that he's never going to get to talk to her about. And I go, Bob Barker. She's never heard of he goes, everyone's heard of Bob Barker. I go, we bet.
It's a side bet.
She was like, I guess I got to look that up. Never heard of him.
Hey, Sarah, who's in the A team?
I really don't understand. I don't know what you talk about. I don't understand. Right. I mean, believe me, I see beautiful people and I like shapes and I notice them, but I don't know after the first day. I don't know.
And
what
then I
you
get
talk
laughed
about.
at. Like, I don't think it's about the talking. It's like, but you can't constantly fuck. You just can't.
Right. I know. It makes no sense to me either. I don't get it.
And there's some older ones that still know how to fuck. Promise.
Oh,
Promise.
Right. Women, you mean?
Women. Right. Like, dude, I'm never going to wear headphones again if you're talking about men. Let's see. Gabriela Zuniga, who initially used the pseudonym Jane Doe and is represented by blah, blah, blah. The 13-page complaint alleges... Can you imagine? Somebody wrote 13 pages on your sex. Oh, okay. The 13-page complaint alleges Sharpe committed assault, sexual assault, battery, and sexual battery. But you better be careful with your phone, right? And engaged in the intentional infliction of emotional distress and seek compensation compensatory and punitive damage of more than $50 million. In response, Sharpe released a video, I remember this, denying the accusations, calling the whole situation a shakedown. So he's getting ahead of it. Soon afterwards, the women's legal team sent numerous text messages that were exchanged between her and Sharpe to Larry Brown Sports. Sharpe's legal team had previously revealed some text messages himself, so it's like the Diddy shit. Right? It's like, really? Because you say you still love me. So how could I have? Well, we know why now. We're smart enough. Sharpe's lawyer conceded that Sharpe previously offered $10 million to settle. Now that's interesting. Like if it's a shakedown, you're not going to get me to just make it go away and give you $10 million. I will go public, and this did not happen.
Yeah, but I get it. I mean, this is the problem with these kind of things. Like I'm very much in the I believe women camp on all this stuff, but it is a non-0% that make up a crazy thing for money. It's a number very close to zero, but it's not zero, right?
But you wouldn't but you wouldn't give me to pay $10 million if I didn't do it. You wouldn't.
Know,
and it wouldn't matter if it would affect, let's say ESPN was paying me $20 million. But they don't want to deal with shit, so they tell me to settle. I would not be able to do it. Because I wouldn't be able to do it.
But you also have to step back from the real personal thing. It's like, this is business. He's got an arc where he's going to make $250 million if this goes away. And if it doesn't go away, he might make zero. It's worth $10 million to move on with your life. I mean, you understand how that could
$30 million
happen.
for Johnny Cochran. I dig him up, and he'd be my fucking lawyer and take care of business.
Okay.
There's no
get
fucking
it,
way.
But I understand how some of these, especially these athletes.
But especially when you came out on video saying this is bullshit. When you tried to call her a fucking liar, and then
no,
here's $10 million, though.
Again, in almost every case, I want to be clear, like
$10 million.
No one writes a 13-page thing about you being a inappropriate sexual monster without it being true. Right. Almost no one, right? So, that's the ugly truth.
In a recording obtained by People magazine, a voice resembling Sharpe's is ostensibly heard threatening physical harm to the accuser with the words, "If you say that word one more time," I assume the word's rape, "I'm going to fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you. If you say I was violent, you're going to make me fucking violent."
That sounds guilty.
Like when you keep asking somebody, "Are you mad?" Well, no.
Yeah. The Justin Tucker story I followed a little more closely because it was a big story in the NFL. 16 different masseuses came forward to accuse him of sexual misconduct. He's fucking guilty. That's the guy who did a terrible thing over and over and over and over and over and over.
Civil complaint alleged Sharpe, 56, quote, violently sexually assaulted and anally raped the plaintiff in October 2024 and again in January of this year in L.A., blatantly ignoring her request for him to stop. And they want to be clear. You have to say this nowadays. She did use the word no. "I will be devoting this time to my family," he said at the time, "and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me." So he's not going to be on ESPN at this time. He's got to deal with him and his family.
Right.
Once you say you didn't do it once to your wife and kids,
you
can go back to work. But ESPN probably didn't want you then.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So
but me and my wife and kids are going to talk about it. How long are you going to talk about it? You did it or you didn't do it. You didn't do it. You get it. Every night for about 2 hours, I explain about bitches.
That's the problem with these kind of things, though. You never, as an outsider, you never really know the truth, right?
Well, then don't include me, Shannon Sharpe. Do your business on the side. Former NFL star Shannon Sharpe has reached a settlement with the anonymous woman after all and filed a lawsuit against the famed tight end. I would say, hey, the settlement is $20 million, but I didn't fucking do it. You couldn't get me to agree. I'll pay you double and I get to talk about it. How much money did Eminem have to pay? I bet, but he said, but I'm still going to say, fuck you, Debbie.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Right.
It's very important to my art. This isn't going to be a secret.
Former NFL song about this to cover the expenses.
Right. Former NFL star Shannon Sharpe has reached a settlement, blah, blah, blah. I wonder if he reads this and he's like, against the famed tight end. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I am famed. There's a couple rings. accusing him of multiple instances of assault, sexual battery. They're like, and battery. It's like, you already said sexual battery, Your Honor. And you cursed at her. Your Honor! I think that would go with a rape charge. Both sides acknowledge a long-term, this is his lawyer. Both sides acknowledge a long-term consensual and tumultuous relationship. After protracted and respectful negotiations, I'm pleased to announce that we have reached a mutually agreed upon resolution. Yeah, you're pleased. I'm so pleased. However many millions. All matters, however many millions, and you still don't know if my client's a rapist or not. We couldn't be more pleased. All matters have now been addressed satisfactorily, and the matter is closed. The lawsuit will thus be dismissed with prejudice. Yeah, we're all good, promise. A spokesperson for Sharpe confirmed the details of the statement and said that the three-time Super Bowl winner, did you see this, honey? I'm in the papers, would not be commenting further on the matter. Okay, you involved me, but now you're done, and I'm sorry to make it a big deal. It's like the Epstein files. Like, really, weirdos? You're still concerned about these? You said you were running on this platform about pedophilia. Guys, grow up. Nothing's in it. It's a nothing burger. The terms of the settlement were not disclosed. The lawsuit originally sought damages of more than $50 million. Like I said, Sharpe's legal representatives previously described the lawsuit as a shakedown. But anyway, everybody's happy now, and it would solve. Yeah, I want to hear what Cat Williams has to say. That's the goddamn truth.
Yeah, that's right. That's who you bring in on this.
Right. All right, let's go over what we talked about. First of all, it's great catching up with you, Castaki.
Yeah, man. What a pleasure. It's been too long, my friend.
Type in keithandthegirl.com/Costaki Economopoulos, and you'll see all the times he was on. I was just bragging I can say his name. You can also go to /Castaki. Which, by the way, what is your full name?
Konstantinos Christos Vasilis Economopoulos.
And to shorten it, you went with Castaki.
Kostas is the go-to diminutive form of Konstantinos, and the Ki is the diminutive form of Kostas. So it's sort of
Would Chris have hurt you?
It's like Mikey or Davey, but I couldn't outgrow it because none of my American friends knew, so I just stuck with it.
I see. Yeah, they wouldn't let you live it down. That's true. Do friends mispronounce it?
Not friends, but whatever.
Right. You drop them that day. I'm like, well,
I
answered not a friend.
I answered or whatever. It's a weird name. I get it.
Are you a good dad?
Yes. I got some weak spots I'm working on, but broadly I'm good. I care. I'm present. I'm solid. I'm dependable.
What would you say? What would you say you have to work on?
I got a little bit of a mental block with giving a shit about what happens at school. I feel like school is like, go to school and then you come home and I'll teach you the other things.
Right.
And this is not an exaggeration. I get in the neighborhood of 80 to 100 messages a month from the school, either through the app or the emails. It's like, I didn't homeschool. Yeah. Go fucking do your school over there.
You do your job, right.
And then I'll do the other parts here. And if we need to have a meeting where we make sure we're on the same page, great. But stop fucking emailing me and asking me to volunteer and tell me the weird details of this. Like, you fucking do the school part. I'm here.
Dad, we learned what a badger is. I was like, yeah, it's what your teachers do to me. No, the animal. Well, believe me, I know that already.
Speaking of school, I'm looking at the clock. I got to run out of here and go pick up 2 kids.
Oh, that's true. Okay, that makes sense. It really is work, right? But only if you want it to be.
Oh, it's work, but it's, some of it's really fun work. Some of it's rewarding and some of it's great and some of it's hard and shitty and it's the full range.
Cracker Barrel released the files. What's going on here? The Cracker Barrel shop is great. There were male cheerleaders at some of your favorite Republican presidents. Grow up. You don't know Jack is fantastic. Liz, get your shit together. And fuck Shannon Sharpe. All right. Thank you so much, Castaki. I appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy. You can follow me. I have a podcast as well called All Pro Lines. And All Pro Lines is also the brand of the football comedy stuff that I do at All Pro Lines and Instagram and Facebook and wherever you follow. And I'll see you out there in the space.
Excellent. It's a goddamn deal. Later.
Thanks, buddy.